Good morning, fishing friends. Fall is in the air. It was 53 on the drive over here today. Supposed to get up to 85. College football has started. It's definitely sweatshirt and shorts weather here in the Midwest. We get excited for sweatshirts and shorts. So today doing some fishing. I don't know, hopefully be some topwater. I've got a little free rig. I don't know what's going to be biting. We're on the big lake today, so hopefully we can find some good fish. Enough yapping. Let's go. There we go. Come right up over some wood. As soon as it kind of hit that, reacted to it, a doink. Another fish. I'm recording, right? Yes, I am. Feels a little bit bigger. I'm not saying he's a giant, but he feels bigger than the other one. How big are you, sir? Or are you just dogging me? Oh, he's got one treble in there. Got a net for a reason, Debo. Oh, had the last treble. You see that? That is why I netted him. I could see he only had one treble, and talk about by the skin of his chin. Throwing the squarebill in the wood, and that's a perfect example of that. Coming through there, hitting that wood, a little over a pound there. We'll take him, hitting that wood with that bill all the way integrated a little bit into that. It's cool. It reminds me of like a lazy Ike kind of mixed with a squarebill or a flatfish, I think most people call them. We call them lazy Ike. They used to make them here in Iowa. Davenport, Des Moines, somewhere around here, Dubuque, I don't remember. Oh, right on the bank. That's funny. Dude was sitting right there and smoked it right under that bush. Oh, got one hook. Oh, we managed to get him in. Hey, and look what it is. That guy looks a little different, doesn't he? What's wrong with that bass? Why has he got lines on him? Those are actually spots. It's a little spotted bass. Cool looking little deal. Kind of like a mix between a smallmouth and a largemouth looking deal. And I wonder if they can hybridize. Can you have spot, large, and small hybrids? I don't know. Interesting. Got lines like a wiper kind of. Okay, well, the crankbait bite had died off. I wondered if I needed to be maybe throwing something down in these rocks. Second cast with this. Hooked up on the free rig. Man. Dang, that little guy is amped up. Another little spotted bass. Look at him. On the free rig, right in the nose. He threw my craw. That's one of the new X Zone, I forget what they call them, micro craws or whatever. Oh, nice. Cool, a little over a pound spot. Those guys will fight like heck. See the difference on the mouth? They've got the smaller mouth like a smallmouth. All those stripes and spots. Cool fish, fun little fish to catch. All right, on the rocks with the free rig again. And he is an absolute brute. There we go. Little dude on the free rig. All right, well, finally, after quite a lull. Oh boy, he barely got it. Oh, see? Probably need to make up a change, maybe something smaller. Little dude. But man, it had been quite some time before I had a bite. Almost fell asleep in the kayak a couple times, I think. Just drifting and fishing, listening to the birds, watching the wildlife. Yeah, one of those days where started out good in the first 20 minutes. I had 3 fish, couple points, caught a couple of free rig fish, and then in between was a whole bunch of nothing. We had a storm last night, and today there's not a single cloud in the sky anywhere. still get out and fish because you can learn. There we go. Made a little move over to the shade line before I take off. Buy some rocks and some shade. But we'll take it on a day like today. Get out and have some fun before the game. That's what it's about. We got to get back to having fun fishing. And not just me, because this year I've definitely done that, but a lot of people out there, because there's a lot of griping out there. Go out and have fun. Catch fish. There we go. Just after I was ticking some rocks there too. Oh, best one of the day. Not a monster, but best one of the day. I think it's a spot too. Oh, he's wacky hooked, that's why. Still a good fish. Kind of a half wacky hooked spot. You gonna flop all over and try to put that in my hand? Well, I've had a few spots today. They are fun fighting little fish. If you don't have any lakes with spots, that's what they look like. Like the cold water, so as it cools down, getting on a jerkbait bite with these guys is super fun because they're still aggressive as that water cools down. There they go, pretty little fish with those kind of spot stripes on them. Smaller mouth. Neat, I like it. Chubby little dude. Little £1.25 spot, man, he was pulling. They will pull and dig on the cranking bait. There we go, right off those rocks again. Yep. Get in here, fella. See how I got stuck there and kind of must have been under him, kind of pulled it up through and over, and as soon as it come over, doink. There we go. Another little one, but it is on. The crankbait, that's that little A-10. I told y'all this is great at coming through cover. Oh, boy, let's see if this snaps. I can feel right there. No, but it is all sorts of gummed up. I need to retie. There's another one.
Hello? Get one?
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice.
Little bass.
Huh?
I said a little bass. We'll take it. There we go. Another little guy. Oh, well, the fun stuff that you see out on the lake. Good times, good times. Well, we had a few here. Spot kind of got blowed up a little bit there. A little pontoon edge. A few other yaks just kind of roll over where you're fishing. Just kind of got to roll with the punches here. Oh, right out here. How far was he following that? Dude, the point. Little Rocky Point's been the deal, even with boats driving over me and everything else. I think they're down there deep enough that they didn't really care. A day of struggling. All I needed to do was come to a deeper point, I guess, and throw as a crank. I figured this morning, come out and just do a little lap. Good enough to find a few anyway. Northern. Thank you, sir. All right, we got some more rocks and another point. Decided to hit this before I left because the other one kind of got blown up. Oh no, lost it. All right, fishing friends, that was the trip. Throwing this, the Thunderhawk A-10 Squarebill. This thing truly is one of the best crankbaits around wood. Like I said in the video, it reminds me like the old flatfish is what everybody used to call it. We used to call them the Lazy Ikes. integrated into a Squarebill. So it's got the bill of the bait integrated into the actual body of it. Super cool design with the line tie up here. As it comes up and over this, it really does want to ride and go over. And you can see the bill completely protects that hook. So all it has to do is get up and over it just a little bit, and it's completely hidden back in there. And Mike over at Thunderhawk said that was one of the things they took into consideration when they made this. So great little bait for this instead of, you know, going balsa, which is also excellent around wood, a little bit more costly, can be a little bit harder to throw. That's an easy lure to toss out there. Great to worm through wood. If you ever hear people talking about that, worming a crankbait through wood, just kind of means trying to steer it through that stuff, bounce it off things. And the biggest tip I can give you when fishing around wood like that is when you're reeling, you get a little bit of it like stuck, back it off just a little bit, give it a little bit of room so it can kind of back out, because the crankbait, let's say this is the wood, as you're hitting stuff with the crankbait, when you pause it, it will tend to kind of rise out backwards. And that's why people like balsa, because it's so buoyant, it'll tend to do that a lot quicker. But that bait has been awesome around wood. Probably my favorite lure that they make, that and the little lipless. The combo, same combo as I've kind of shown before, the Iridex. I feel like a broken record. The Daiwa Iridex rod, one of the best budget rods out there on the market, with the Daiwa Tatula CT. And look for deals. The old CT that I had, I lost it in the Great Kayak Disaster of 24. But American Legacy actually had some of those used. I got mine for 80 bucks, brand new, excellent condition. So keep your eye out for used gear, you know, Facebook Marketplace, places like American Legacy, other spots. Look for that used gear. You don't always have to, you know, buy the newest, craziest, greatest. Highly recommend that. The line I had was 15 pound P-line tactical fluorocarbon. I like to crank with fluorocarbon. It's got a little bit less stretch, especially if you're making those big long casts and you use mono with your crankbaits. You can sometimes have a hookup ratio, especially if you're using a soft rod, which that Daiwa Iridex is. It's a softer rod. So fluorocarbon, or you can even go braid to a liter, depending on how dirty and dingy your water is. But today's subscribe fishing friend, well, we are going with Fisherman Fred. As you can see his comment there, speaking of Daiwa, he said, I agree with the Daiwa brakes. Haven't used anything better yet. He has the Daiwa Tatula SV. Yeah, Tatula brakes, in my opinion, are best on the market. You don't need fancy DC reels. You don't need to overcomplicate it with multiple braking systems. They just have the dial on the outside. You can dial it in so well so it doesn't backlash, you know, casting into wind. You can skip with them. In my opinion, superior braking system on the market. But hey, I'm a little biased because I kind of love Daiwa. But anyway, thank you. And thank you everybody else who continues to watch my stuff, support. I couldn't do it without all of you. I need you all watching, you know, giving the video a thumbs up to make my channel what it is. So thank you all. I truly do mean it. I need to finish editing. Thanks for watching. Until next time.